Hey, it's Kentucky Oaks Day! Well, sorta. Hey, it's Phil here from the Bourbon Burn team, and all week we've been celebrating hashtag Kentucky Derby at home. So today we're taking a look at what would have been the running of the 2020 Kentucky Oaks race. Now, as you probably know, the Kentucky Derby is always scheduled for the first Saturday in May, but the Kentucky Oaks race is always scheduled for Friday, one day before. And the Oaks race has as much tradition, history, and just general grandeur as the Derby race itself. There's a lot to be said about the Oaks race. The Derby, of course, is the run for the roses. The Oaks race is the fillies for the lilies. The Derby race is open to all 3-year-old thoroughbreds, but the fillies only for the Kentucky Oaks. Only the ladies. No geldings, no colts. And the winner, the lady who crosses that 1 1/8 mile the fastest, gets a wonderful, huge, beautiful garland of pink lilies. And also a $750,000 cash prize, which don't hurt, and a really nice sterling silver trophy. So, traditions. One of them, of course, for the Derby is the cocktails. The mint julep is the iconic drink of the Derby, and the Oaks has its own drink. It is called the Lily. I got one right here. Thank you, Trigger. Faithful and strong companion. They have their own glass. This is a souvenir one from the 140th Derby a few years ago. And what's in a Lily? I'm so glad you asked. It's vodka, sweet and sour mix, a little bit of triple sec, and a whole lot of cranberry juice. So, cheers. So, sure, the Derby is huge, but the Oaks Day is almost just as big. Last year, with a fan base of 105,719 people in the stands and in the infield, it was the third most attended horse race in North America. Only the Derby and the Preakness was bigger, and it was almost twice the size of the Belmont Stakes race that happens in a few weeks. It goes back a long way, too. A lot of people don't realize what a long history the Oaks has. The first race was in 1875, back when we only had 37 states, and a guy named Ulysses S. Grant was sitting in the White House as president. There's a triple crown of fillies races, too. You've got the main triple crown, and then you've got the triple crown for the fillies. The Oaks is the first one. Then you've got the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes and the Acorn, so certainly its own achievement. For a long time, this was considered the locals' day at the racetrack. Kentuckians of all sorts came out for this one on the day before Derby. Historically, schools in the area are closed for an administration holiday, and businesses pretty much shut down entirely so that there can be horse races and general shenanigans. Only in Kentucky. Now, earlier I mentioned that the Oaks was only open to female horses, but did you know that in the Kentucky Derby, you can have both the men and the women run it? Men and women, horses, of course, that is to say. And there have been 3 instances in the Derby's remarkable history where some exceptional fillies have managed to win the Kentucky Derby. You've got 1988 with Winning Colors, 1980 with Genuine Risk, and you got to go way back to 1915 to see the first filly Derby winner and a horse named Regret. All in all, there's been nearly 40 fillies that have run in the Kentucky Derby, and by post time, 6 of them have been the odds-on favorite to win, so they're not always just long shots. My favorite of the bunch is Genuine Risk. She has an amazing history, one of the top 10 fillies to ever run in thoroughbred racing. She's got a whole stakes race named after her out in New York. She's in the Horse Racing Hall of Fame, and she managed to run the whole Triple Crown. Now, she only won the Derby, but she ran and placed well in the Preakness and in the Belmont Stakes as well. So did Winning Colors in 1988. The coolest thing about Genuine Risk is not only did she live to a ripe old age of 31, which is practically ancient for your average horse, but when she was done racing, they got into the breeding and mating game, and the first horse they tried to set her up on a date with was Triple Crown winning legend Secretariat. Now, they weren't able to conceive, but had they produced a foal, it would have been the first time a Kentucky Derby winner and another Kentucky Derby winner got together to have progeny. That would have been something kind of special. So, right now, it's been 10 years since we've had a female run in the Derby. The last time was 2010. We had a great horse named The Devil May Care. She finished in 10th place, but I'm hopeful that we'll have another filly in the Derby sometime soon. In the last few years, they've changed the point system of how you qualify to be a member of the Derby field. So it's a little tricky, but hopefully we'll have it once again soon. Until then, let's raise a glass to what would have been Oaks Day. So cheers to fast horses, big crowds, and hopefully we'll do it again in September. Thank you, Trigger. Hey, do you have any bourbon or any whiskey, anything straight like that?